G'day, everybody. Now I want to talk about the theory that Earth is the teaching place of where you go next or where you're up to. Now, how did I get to this conclusion? Well, I have by the people I've seen around me and have met. And you can get this type of information from meeting people, knowing people who they really are. Now, the closest that I've seen that's the most loving without having to need money and all that kind of stuff in my life so far was Wendy. And Wendy did a lot not only for her daughter and for friends, but also her family, her mother, and other people that turned up for her help. She'd always say yes. And no one would ever really help her. If they were going to help her, she needed to give them something. As we constantly heard, like from her mother, if she wanted help from her mother, she needed to go down the shop for her mother. And her mother would be happy to help her. But if she didn't, her mother might not help her in certain ways as she wanted something out of it. That's what I've seen. This is my opinion. Anyone can come and talk to me about it if they think that I'm speaking wrong. But this is what I've seen in the time I was around. And I heard stories and people and Wendy herself speaking about how much people didn't invite her and stuff like that. So when it comes to loving people, perhaps when you get it right and you're loved enough and you did it right and you weren't greedy and you never took anything from anyone and you always helped like I see Wendy do, perhaps you get to go to heaven earlier and you're broke. So pretend that you're one of these people, you're broke and you've gone probably half your life, right? You're a smoker. She smoked and she drank a little bit, but that's her own thing, right? When it comes to her and her health, and she can talk about it, right? But imagine if your life was going to be short anyway. Wouldn't you want to live it up, as they say? You might as well, right? You might as well live it up and have fun, and before you get cancer, have some fun. But in Wendy's case, her smoking could have caused the cancer, as she died from cancer. And it come quick. But maybe something comes quick like that, as when she was getting sick, it was only getting harder for her. And God's like, well, no one's really doing anything for anything until they're in hospital. That's when the real help come. The people come when they found out there was no going back. But they didn't come and help out and do things beforehand, before it got worse. As Wendy did need a little bit of help when it come to cleaning up after animals, as she had a lot of piss around, and that's what I used to help her with. But besides all that, perhaps I see that God takes people early. You go, why does good people die young? Well, maybe they've passed the test already. Maybe they get to go to heaven. Maybe they get to have another restart in another time, so they don't have to keep putting up with this bullshit, and they go to wait until they can reincarnate, right? Because you can imagine Earth, here's hell, and here's heaven. How does people get to go to heaven? Is heaven's all perfect and everything, and people don't hurt? Well, first your soul needs to be like that. It needs to not envy and all that kind of stuff, which is what Wendy didn't do, right? And so if you can get that, you die young on this planet, and you just get to go there. As soon as you pass the test, right? As long as if you're happy here, it might keep you here to the end of it, and then you die and move on. But if you're not happy here and you've passed the test, would you want to be here? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be like, send me to heaven if it's really bad. Send me there. Huh? And people who are bad, right? Or just 50-50 bad and good, right? And say they were super bad and killed people, but then in the end they decided to heal people and try to go to heaven. They will get a reset. So they might not go to hell. They might be just enough to where they're going to go. We're going to have a limbo. You're going to be a ghost, or you're just going to have a reset and be back on this planet. You haven't decided where you're going to stay permanently yet, down here or up here. And if you're bad too much, here, your soul, you end up going permanently down here. You get pulled down, you die. You have too many chances, you're 90. We're going to keep you down here for a while. And then maybe in a million years, we'll send you back up your soul again and retry. But we're going to teach you some stuff down here. See if you, and if you love it down here, you're going to become a demon and be permanently just one of them. then you'll be mentioned from the humans. That's how they become demons. That's how they get there. This is my opinion, huh? So we go back here at Earth. So where are you going to go? Are you doing the right thing for Earth? Earth is also what do you do on it? So when you go to heaven, we don't want you to destroy and do things because you can, you see. So we're back here on Earth, the testing ground. What are you doing in the testing ground? Now, when you learn, that's fine. When you first start off, you're meant to do sort of bad things until you know it's bad, right? And if you know it's bad, you shouldn't do it. Because if you know it's bad and you keep doing it, and it hurts others as well, that's the most baddest. When you physically hurt or take other people's lives, other souls, where they're trying to do their test, then you're in the shit. You're a bad guy. You're going to go back down. So if you're bad, huh, you have either a reset and stay here, and they go, oh, you go back up there. You're just a normal bad. It means you're a thief, you're a scammer, and you did it all your life, and all that kind of thing, right? And you didn't physically hurt anybody. So you don't get to go to hell, but you'll have a restart here. And we'll restart you again. Hopefully you get it going good again before we have to send you back down to hell for another quick wake up. Right? And hopefully when you restart, your soul has that feeling of, I fucked up and I should go this way. You know, you get that instinct feeling. Maybe that's where it comes from. Deep within your fuck ups. So anyway, hopefully we all start practicing. That's how you should see things. Everyone goes, I want to get to heaven now. Do you deserve to go to heaven? And if you did, and it was a lot of people like you, couldn't you fuck up heaven if you wanted to change your mind? Do you believe you could change your mind? You see. How many people do you know that could go to heaven and you know that they wouldn't change their mind? You know that they wouldn't try to take it over if they could. And if you know people like that, right, or similar to that, then they're more likely the ones going to go to heaven. Huh? They would rather hurt themselves than hurt somebody else. Stuff like that would only hurt the last resort. Right? When it comes to do the actions that got done onto you back, right, you do that last resort after all the heaven tries. Because sometimes you need to give what they know to teach them, you see. And anyway, you get all that knowledge and wisdom over time. And it depends on what knowledge and wisdom you listen to and how happy you are in life to where you decide to stop your knowledge and wisdom because you're happy. And if you're happy, that's fine. You might, and if it's all the wrong part, you might just be happy to restart in the earth over and over again. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there before I talk too much about things. And that'll be another thing that I'll be talking about more in detail as I'm just blabbing at the moment. So something like this is where you want to put it down more factual and more professional and stuff like that. And that's what I'll be doing more when I get a team, as I would like people who get into that sector to make things professional instead of me wanting to learn all of it. That's when I'll get more into that and make things more professional. You know, work with others. Can't do it myself. If I have to, I will. But that's what I'm hoping, as things will fly along with help, wouldn't it? When I go to get serious after I've had some time off and stuff like that. Anyway, have a good one. And I hope my dreams work out one day. And not some arsehole that listens to this and goes, oh, well, I'm going to make that one mine. You can go ahead and try that. As we all believe in God in certain ways. And if you believe in God, it'll work out for you. Either I die and it won't matter. And you'll get your punishment about how you stole or whatever. Or you can talk to God about why you did that, made my life short here because I hate it and I was ready to go to heaven and I was deserved to go there. Right? That'll be their souls that they're going to explain. Maybe something like that could send them to hell. Who knows? Who knows until we really get there, until we all actually speak the truth and get along better. And then maybe we'll get closer to the answer. And then when that happens, then maybe we'll all able to ascend to heaven quicker too. But at the moment, the devil has their way more on this planet. I see the devil's more on this planet and taking over and influencing. And most people go that way and that route as it's quick and easy, right? and it feeds the devil because they're using envy to do it and greed. Have a good one, and bye bye.